I'll go back into Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 15. 30 and 15 says, See, I have set before thee this day life and good and death and evil. See what the Lord said? So what Moses was telling the people. God said, See, I have set before thee this day life and good and death and evil. See, you can choose life if you want. If you obey the commandment of the Lord God, you have chosen life. But if you don't obey, you have chosen death. See? All right. Verse, this goes to, you can go to Mark chapter 16 and verse 16. So, and give you more detail what he mean about that, what he's talking about. Let's turn to Mark 16 and 16. Let me see. Mark 16 and 16 says, He that believeth and is, say, he that believeth and is baptized shall be saved. But he that believeth not shall be damned. See what the Lord said? He that believeth and is baptized shall be saved. But he that believeth not shall be damned. See, that's the word of the Lord Jesus Christ. See, because he set before you life and death. See, if you don't believe in the Lord, you're going to be damned, as mean death. See, if you believe in him, if you baptize and believe in him, you shall be saved. See, there's a lot of people don't believe in God. There's many people now. So, that's the only hope you have. It's in the Lord Jesus Christ. It's God. All right, verse 16, back to 30 and 16. And that I command thee this day to love the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, that thou may live and multiply, and the Lord thy God shall bless thee in the land whether thou goest to possess it. See, the Lord will bless you if you obey the Lord and keep his commandment. Like I say, we done left God here in America and around the world. That's why we're coming under a curse. See, when you don't obey God, you become under a curse. See, this is what's happening now. A lot of people can't see it. They see it clearly with black people. They don't serve God. They kill each other for nothing. They do all type of evil thing. They don't have no love for their fellow man. They claim that they love God, freedom and all that. Why are you killing one another for nothing? It's robbing and stealing and killing. Filled with violence. As my Lord said, the world could be filled with violence. All right, verse 17. But if thy heart turn away, so that thou wilt not hear, but shall be drawn away, and worship other gods, and serve them. See? And I denounce unto you this day that ye shall surely perish, and that ye shall not prolong your days upon the land whether thou passeth over Jordan to go to possess it. So what the Lord said, but not prolong your days, shall perish, and not prolong your days. See, if you go and serve other gods, see, that's what we are doing now, and the people can't see it. God don't give us commandment. Don't be committing adultery, fornication, all that lying, stealing, corruption, all they say don't do none of that stuff. Being homosexual, all that stuff, God said don't do it. See, otherwise you become a curse. Nothing gonna go right for you. Leading to war, all that different stuff, famine, diseases, different things. Fire in the land, hurricane, tornadoes, all destruction come upon us. Famine, pestilence, diseases, food shortage, water shortage, all these stuff will come upon you. And it's coming upon us now, but the people can't see. But all right. Verse 19 it said, I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life. See, that both thou and thy seed may live. See, God said choose life. He set before you, blessing and cursing. He said, so therefore choose life. You see, he's saying thy seed thou may live, both thou and thy seed may live. See, like the people now, say from way back, the people now, from the seed of Abraham. Say, see, Abraham, God bless Abraham, and he passed on to Isaac, Jacob, and to the rest, to the sibling on down, all the way down to us, if we obey God and keep his commandment. But we don't want to obey now. So the cursing is coming upon us. See, Abraham, Isaac, and then they were blessed. Don't want those that was after them. God blessed them that obeyed him. But now ain't nobody hardly obeying God. They're not from Jacob's seed. Abraham, Jacob, and Isaac's seed. So they are cursed, becoming cursed now. That's why the world is getting filled with violence and corruption. See, and women are ruling on. That's why I was telling you, women are going to rule over it. They're using sexual harassment, rape, discrimination, all this stuff. Racism. See, black women taken over by racism. See, and black men and other races taking over the white man, Jacob's seed. But they can't see that. It's a lot of them pushing for it. They're going to come against them in the time. See, they'll be taken in a snare. See, they think they can make peace with other race, with black people, other race. They all hate them now. Because they done left God. Black people done left God, the majority of them. People don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. See, can't make peace with your enemies. That's all I'm trying to show y'all. Show the white people. You gotta wake up. See, you can't make peace. They're gonna do worse and worse to you. Kneeling down, just like when people on the Black Lives Matter about George Floyd, got police officers and stuff kneeling down and stuff. You wouldn't think wasn't supposed to be doing. That's why I told y'all that at first it would create violence. The criminal wanted that. They liked that. You bow down to them. They take you for nothing. But you can't see it. You think to make peace with them. but you're creating more violence. You know, all of them big cities, little cities too. You're creating violence when you're doing that. You don't do that. You leaders, you know, you're supposed to be setting an example. You know, God put this law enforcement here, you know, because things will go out being chaos, you know. That's to stop evil from spreading. That's why we have laws. See, a lot of people don't understand that. See, think to take peace and take the law enforcement away, think you're going to make peace by that. The criminals want that. Always going to be criminals. Always going to be unruly people. And then make more unruly people. You know, when you come against the law enforcement, there's a law enforcement to enforce the law. That's what it's all about. It's like a man steal, kill, rob, and steal. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters? See, you call the law enforcement. You know, and God put that government here, the law enforcement, to keep law and order. You can't have a nation without law and order. You know that. Everybody know that. You know, all those people hollering about getting rid of the policemen. Then the same people, these people, criminals out on the street, they're going to be coming after them after a while. Coming after other people that they think they ain't going to get to them. You know, it's just how it is. You know, the world gets filled with violence. You know, you walk around with a gun every day, killing people for nothing, even children will be happy. So, but that's what I wanted to bring to y'all today, you know. You gotta love the Lord thy God with all your heart, soul, and mind, and strength. You know, think what things lead to. But most people do not think. It's not like their old fathers back then, the founding fathers, they would think ahead. You know, life is based on thinking ahead. You know, what's going to happen. If I do this, and I'll do this, and it's like I get rid of the police officer, before it could create more crime. That's just a common sense. Nobody don't have to tell you that. You should know that. The leaders of the cities and all the states and government and all that is supposed to know that. Nobody should not have to tell them that. See? I mean, it's just a common sense thing. Because they always going to be having criminals. Always did have since the beginning of time. You know, from Adam and Eve, way back then, from Cain and Abel. Somebody don't want to listen. You can have more and more of them. You're creating that. You know. So that's what I wanted to bring to y'all. Like I was saying, you know, you have to love the Lord thy God with all your heart and soul and mind and strength. But just take heed, watch what's going on in our nation and around the world. You know, the world is filling with violence now. You know. You can't make peace with other people, you know, people that don't believe in God and all that. You know, you can, ain't no harm trying, but you know, but you still have to obey the law. That's what we have, law enforcement. You have to obey that. You know, the only way you can have peace, you know, and serve God, then you will get peace. If you don't serve God, obey the Lord, you won't have no peace in the nation. The nation become unruly, ungodly, filled with violence without God. God have to be in your life. You know, you're supposed to think about God at all times. You know, all during the day and all your thoughts. You're supposed to put him in your thoughts, in your mind. Because without God, it lead to violence. Always somebody gonna do you wrong and stuff like that, and you get angry. You're gonna have nothing to look forward to. You're gonna try to take the law into your own hand and all that. See, you don't have no hope. But with God, you always have hope. God will take care of the situation sooner or later. But that's what I wanted to bring to y'all today. But thank y'all, and may God bless y'all and give y'all wisdom and knowledge and understanding of His Word.